Alright, guys, so I do apologize. Totally late with my Sugar Me Saturday, but I'm here. So this is technically Sugar Me Saturday slash into Sugar Me Sunday. Still SMS. So today's topic was dating and type 1 diabetes. So I know a lot of people were intrigued about how sorry, how me and Danielle were going to address this situation. And honestly, I think I'm pretty much on the same boat as Danielle is about dating and type 1. Um, I'm about 100% honesty. And I'm going to let you know right off the bat. I mean, all you got to do is look at all my social media pages and you kind of see I really don't hide the fact that I'm a diabetic. So it's almost impossible that if I was dating someone that you would not know I have this disease. So that's just me. Now, I remember my mom. She was a big advocate for me being honest about it. So let's go back. When I was diagnosed and I was hospitalized dealing with the treatment of type 1 diabetes, having to learn a little bit about it, do my own insulin and all of that stuff. The guy I was dating, remember I was 17 at the time, came to the hospital to see me and then told me that it was too much for him to date someone going or dealing with this disease, and thus he wanted to end our relationship right then and there. Yeah, I was still learning how to do injections and test my glucose levels and stuff like that, and here my boyfriend at the time tells me, this is too much for me. I'm gonna have to break up with you. And I think for me, that kind of that started when I started hiding the disease. And then later I decided not to hide it anymore. But this was after I met my husband. So at the time he was a guy I was going on my first date with ever. And I had him come to my mom's house to pick me up and meet my mom and my stepdad and all of that. And by the way, his name is Tommy. Hi, Tommy. But when Tommy showed up at my mom's apartment, my mom brought him into the bedroom with my stepdad, and she asked him where were we going to eat dinner and stuff like that for the evening. And I think at the time we were going to like pasta or something like that, some kind of restaurant, whatever, that served pasta and all of that. So my mom made me go get my insulin and syringes and everything. And I think at the time, I think I was still on regular and MPH. Yeah, this was a while ago. And she had me bring it into the bedroom with my husband Tommy there. And she literally told him to draw out my insulin and give me my injections that day. Like, she was just like, you're going out with my daughter. This is what she deals with every day. So this is what you need to know how to do if you plan on continuing to date her. And my mom put it out there. Front page, right there. You can't ignore it. You can't deny it. You can't say you didn't know anything about it. And since then, I think that was when I started realizing there was no need to hide that I'm a type 1 diabetic from anyone. Like, it's important because if you hide it, you're not just hiding it from you or from them, but you're putting your life in jeopardy. So I say that because if someone's out on a date with you, or even my friends, all my friends, I make them have to know what my insulin pump looks like, what my PDM looks like, what the warning signs are to look for if I'm out and about with them. Because if they have a delayed reaction, my life is on the line. And I don't want that to be the case. So anyone that hangs out with me, from someone I'm dating, well, yeah, not anymore, but I'm just saying, from someone I'm dating to just the friends I'm hanging out with, your job is to know this is what I go through. And my job is to know whether or not you're okay accepting that responsibility. Because if you're not, it's best I know now. Now, I'm not saying they have to love the fact that I deal with this disease or not. I'm not saying that, because I'm not certain if I love this disease or not. We got a love-hate relationship going right now, me and type 1, So Not exactly sure where we stand together, so trust me, I'm not expecting anyone that I'm with or I'm dating to love this disease. But you have to understand it to the best of your ability, and you have to understand and know what to look for if your intent is to be involved in my life and in my world. Unfortunately, a majority of my world is type 1 diabetes. So I'm always going to be talking about it. Everything that happens from temperatures changing to taking a shower to my period coming to all of that has an effect on my glucose levels. And I need someone in my life around me by my side that's going to be able to recognize, to know what to do, and to be able to respond quickly. I mean, at the end of the day, I want someone that's going to be able to help me when I'm in a situation when I can't help myself. This is from first dates to the last date that we go on. Like, it doesn't matter, because those of us, those my fellow T1s, you guys know, type 1 decides when he or she, however you refer to her. My type 1 is a she. But she decides when she wants to do things, how she wants to do things, the way she wants to do things. I really have no say in that. I just respond well. So, based on what she decides she wants to do for the day, I like to be around someone that knows what to do and knows how to respond. After me and my husband's first date at the time, like I said, it was our first date, so he was just the guy I was crushing on big time. But I was scared. I was so terrified that my mom told him too much about this disease, and because of that, he wasn't going to want to come back. But he did. And I think the best blessing I got was during our dating relationship, when he took it upon himself to start coming to my doctor's appointments, and took it upon himself to start asking questions to my endo and wanting to know more about this disease, how to handle it, and what to look for. So I didn't really push it on him, and neither did my mom, but my mom put it right there so he couldn't ignore it. She let him know what would be expected if he wanted to continue dating me. And we left it in his court. If he made the choice not to, that was totally up to him. But we didn't want to go into a potential relationship with someone and have it be based on a lie. Yes, it doesn't matter what you say. If you do not reveal how type 1 diabetes plays an instrumental role in your life, you have technically lied to the person that you want to date. So we didn't want that to be the basis of the relationship. And thankfully, I got a husband who wanted to know more, who wanted to learn everything he could, who wanted to do everything possible to make sure as long as he's around me, I don't have to stress and I don't have to worry. So yes, dating type 1, I'm sorry. There is no exception from me about whether or not you would tell someone you're dating, your significant other, even friends and family, what is expected of them just by being around you and type 1 diabetes. Because, like, the scariest part is if they don't know what to do and something happens to you, you experience a extreme hyper or hypo, and they don't know what to do, your life is now in the hands of someone who doesn't know how to respond properly. I refuse to let that be the reason why, if diabetes win this battle, and I don't think she will, but I'm just saying, I don't want that to be the reason why, because I was around ill-educated and ill-informed people, or people who didn't want to know about this disease, so I had to compromise me as a type 1 to be around and with them. I don't want that to be the reason that my story and my legacy ends. So I don't want you guys to feel like that's the reason your story and your legacy ends. You should feel comfortable enough and confident enough in the beautiful person that you are with diabetes to still be able to bring people into your lives that are going to want to be there for you. And the people that don't want to be there for you, you really don't need to be with them. You don't need to spend your time with them stressing out, worrying, or anything like that. So that's just my little 2 cents about dating in type 1. Just look at it from this standpoint. Would you go to a doctor that doesn't know how to deal with any kind of medical emergency or things like that? No. So why would you want to be around someone when you might have a type 1 incident and they don't know what to do, or they make the choice not to know what to do? Those are people you don't need in your life. So surround yourself with those people that want to be there, that want to learn more, and that want to support you and support you while you're living with this disease. And maybe one day when there's a cure, they'll still be there. So they'll know you before the cure, and they'll know you after the cure. And those are the people that you want to spend the rest of your life with. There's really no exception. All right, so comment, let me know what you thought, if you agree, if you disagree, what your take is for dating and type 1 diabetes. All right.